another episode of Feed the DJ podcast. It is your favorite girl on the rocks, of course, your host. We are here in the incredible Hub 17 NYC studios, as always. It is another beautiful Sunday here in Staten Island. We're going to put this out later in the week, but happy St. Patrick's Day, y'all. You know, I'm in my celebratory green today, so, you know, maybe I'm your four-leaf clover. I don't know. We have some incredible guests here in the studio today, and I'm very excited to learn more about their recent production that they have out, that they have been promoting. They are going so hard, and I'm just very happy to know them, get to know even more. And we all met actually at a really cool networking event. So it's really nice to be able to nurture those relationships, and that's something that we talk about here on the show all the time. So when you go out to these events, make sure you're reaching out to people, give that email, give that Instagram, and follow up with people because you never know. So make sure that you subscribe and turn those notifications on so that you can be the first to hear about it when we post this episode. All right? And that is for YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, anywhere that you listen to your podcast, make sure you go subscribe, Feed the DJ podcast. Okay? So we have Credle. We have MoonSky, and we have Ab here in the studio with me. So happy to have you guys.
Yeah.
How is the cookies? How is the pizza? Are you guys feeling at home? You comfortable?
I feel real special.
Facts.
If your podcast do not have food, cookies, water, we ain't coming.
Hello. Hello. You know, I've got to
right
make
out the door.
sure we stay true to the name here. So definitely happy that we can make you guys comfortable. The cookies are amazing. Shout outs to our sponsor, Indulge NYC. We have the peanut butter blossoms and the Neapolitan cookies. Right now, the Neapolitan cookies are the winner of today's episode. We love those. Those are
I didn't vote for that.
You didn't go for that?
I didn't vote for that.
Wait, so you're the peanut butter blossom?
Peanut butter blossom.
Peanut butter blossom. Okay, listen. Maddie knows what she's doing, so shout out to Maddie. She just came by to drop those off. Now, let's jump right into this interview, you guys. We're going to be showing your short film at the end of this interview, and I love using that phrase, short film. Like, I feel like it steps it up a notch, right? So I want to read this introduction that I have for you guys first, and then we can kind of unpack that.
Word.
Ready? Okay. So we have Credle and MoonSky here. The founders of Credle Entertainment are an inspirational hip-hop, R&B, pop brother and sister duo. Shout outs to keeping it in the family.
Word.
Okay?
Word.
Shout outs to generational wealth and breaking generational curses. Okay? So we have the duo in the building. Both entertainers and songwriters were born and raised in Queens, New York. Their latest record, Wxlf Pack, has been a game changer, reaching over 500,000 streams. So I think it's safe to say we got a couple of celebrities here at the
You
table.
got to do the horn for that.
Yes. Yes. They recently released the Wxlf Pack musical film, which showcases their musical, acting, and choreography abilities, which was directed by Ab of Moonlight Media. It's a new style that they created called inspirational drill, which we are going to talk a little bit about today, showcasing positive drill music with gospel influences. First of all, that's an immaculate bio. Okay, so anyone listening, make sure you tidy up your bio because that was a perfect package deal for everyone here at the table. Tell me a little bit about the process of coming up with the name, coming up with the idea, kind of outlining it. Tell me about this journey with this. And before you even do that, I guess we could start with you and go down and just tell us a little bit more about what you do for the team, if you will.
I'm a filmmaker and a media personality, but I directed this project.
And how was that? Was it challenging for you? Is this something that you usually do? How was it for you?
It is something that I usually do.
Okay.
This isn't my first time working with Credle. I think it's my first time working with MoonSky.
Okay.
Yeah. But I always tell people, if I don't get along with you, that's your fault. That's not my fault, because I get along with everybody.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it was challenging. There was a lot of people on set. It was probably the biggest set I've ever been.
Yeah, that was one of the most interesting things that I saw. I was like, wow, that's a lot of personalities.
Yep.
That's a lot of time. People getting ready,
Yep.
court safety, you know, different things like that. So
Exactly. Speaking of time, what time did you start getting your makeup done? 5 a.m.?
Yeah.
Oh my
My day started
gosh.
at 4 a.m., But to get everything ready, because I'm not just an artist
Facts,
of Credle Entertainment,
Yeah.
I was up till 1 a.m., you
Yeah.
know, so I slept for like 3 hours. Then had to start getting ready by 4 a.m. for the makeup. And then, yeah.
The makeup is fire. That was that was definitely a highlight for me. But thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
So tell me about yourself as well, and then take us a little bit on this journey of how you created this incredible film.
Yes, absolutely. So, again, Credle, CEO, artist of Credle Entertainment.
Yes.
That's my baby. That's my record label. And it was an amazing experience from start to finish, and a process that was not rushed, you know, at all. I knew it was going to take a lot of patience.
Of course.
I wanted everything to be authentic, and I wanted everything to be organic as well. So when I first wrote the record, or anytime I write any record, I always think of what that would look like visually, right? So Wxlf Pack actually was a branch off my Lone Wolf days.
Okay.
So I started a whole Lone Wolf series back in 2015. And back in 2015 was when I dropped my first, started my own EP.
Okay.
And dropped that in college, actually, my senior year of college in 2017. And then I ended up following that up with Lone Wolf 2 in 2019. And through that whole process, I was going through a lot of dark, you know, times and just being lonely, being alone, and things of that sort. Yeah. And once the music really started picking up, and I was really gaining that fan base, I was gaining that support, and people were like, "Yo, like I'm experiencing these things," and I didn't feel alone anymore. Yeah. So then I was like, you know what? I got a Wxlf Pack now.
I love it.
We got a Wxlf Pack now. So in my head, I'm like, all right, I got to create an anthem for this.
Yeah.
You know, and the way that everything just came organically was wild. On the production side, we collaborated with a producer from the UK. So we collaborated, and he threw in his drill instrumentation, his drill background, and collaborated that with my gospel hip-hop background as well. And it was like the perfect fusion of everything. So it was like a match made in heaven, you know, type of vibe. And I was just really, really proud of the product that we came up with. Now, but when it came to putting the film together, though, I wanted to put together a different version of it. You know, so 'cause some people don't know that there's two versions. So the original version, which was cool, but after some time sitting on it, I was like, nah, I got to make this better. Okay. So when it came to making it better, I was like, what better way to get my sister MoonSky, you know, on the record and to enhance it, you know, to another level. And I know we spoke about being more of a duo. So with our record called Running Back, that was like our first duo record that came out together. And with Wxlf Pack, I was like, you know what? Let's do this again. Let's
spin the block a little
bit. Spin the block on this again. You know, so I added her on the remix, and then we added the artist Deva as well. So it was a Queens thing, and even though the record was already trending upwards, it gave it new life again. Like it's like a brand new record now, with the remix. So, and we wanted to do something different, you know. So with the film, I said let's film it to a different version. So we're giving the audience in the world something different all at once. Right. Like not only is it a film, but it's a new version to it.
Exactly, so, and you have to do that because the attention span these days, you have to constantly have something new for people to indulge in.
Yeah, so
that's a fact.
It was so it was dope. So I'm just thankful for everything that's been happening and the things that will continue to happen.
Absolutely. And MoonSky, thank you for joining us in the studio. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience with the Wxlf Pack universe, if you will.
Yes. So thank you for having me.
Of course.
And for the musical short film Wxlf Pack. So my audition came, of course, prior to the film itself. So, but before even quote unquote this remixed version, the original version, My input was just the vocal arrangement. So the choir you hear in the background and those harmonies, that's my contribution to Wolfpack, is just making sure that those voices sound good.
Right.
So even though it may not be the main focus, your ears are still tuning in to all that's embellishing the record.
Yeah.
So that was my my addition to Wolfpack. So then for the new version, for the Queens artists, when my brother came to me with the idea, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need you to hop on this record."
And was it even a thought?
No, because I enjoyed the record for what it was, and he said he was gonna do another version. I'm thinking he's gonna get two other rap artists to appear on the songs. I'm like, okay, cool. And then he said, "Nah, I'm gonna need you to hop on the track." And I'm just thinking, well, how do I add myself onto this record and still make it authentic for MoonSky? I don't want to hop on the record and then try to sound like someone I'm not.
Right.
So it's just staying true to myself as an artist, and then we just made it work, and we went back and embellished more with even more of those vocals on the track, and it's an amazing song. So
yes, I really enjoyed the song, and I was just talking about this with friends before. Like right after I watched it for the first time, I was like, damn, remember that show on BET? What was it, Behind the Music?
Yes.
And it was like you got to see the behind the scenes of like shooting a music video and how music videos actually match the song.
Yeah.
Like it's not like that anymore. So this was so refreshing. And you were just talking about it, right? Staying true to yourself, staying authentic. So what was the original vision? What was the bones, the skeleton to this incredible production, if you will?
Well, one, I felt like it was very important to stay true to the message,
right?
That we wanted to get across, and I felt like.
And what is the message?
So for us, it's pretty much spreading positivity and changing the narrative on drill music, and to influence those who do indulge.
Right?
That's the word of the day.
Yes.
For those who do indulge in the drill world, that hey, like, let's expand your horizon. Let's expand your vocabulary. Let's expand your thoughts, and ideas, and that it doesn't have to be spinning a block. It don't have to be shooting. It don't have to be violence. It don't have to be all those things.
100%.
And that we could elevate to a different, wave, and for us, it was pretty much about starting a new trend and just letting people know, like, yo, like there's great positive music out here as well.
Yeah.
Because for us, I feel like with Wolfpack, that might be the closest that someone may get to a gospel record, but I feel like with the production behind it, you just sprinkle in a message, and they don't even realize that. Like,
right. You got to spin it back, like, oh wait, okay.
Yeah, so they're hearing a testimony without knowing it at first. So we're low key trolling. It was trolling at first. I'm not gonna lie, it was trolling at first, because at first I didn't want to do drill music at all. Yeah, and I was like, you know what? I want to play this game.
You got to do it.
I'm going to do it my way.
I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make it so fire.
Yep.
Now you got to listen to me.
Yes.
So.
But there's a lot of pressure with starting a trend, keeping it going, and then finding the next best thing. So how do you plan to really bring inspirational drill music to the forefront?
I think everything we're doing now, being here.
Yeah.
I think
hey.
On Feed the DJ podcast. Of
course.
Shout out to you for having us. I feel like it starts with just being out there as much as possible, because what I'm doing is nothing. It might be new as far as, sound wise, but what my message and what my goal isn't new. Like Kanye did it 20 years ago. You know what I mean? When it came out with College Dropout, Jesus Walks, and that, transcended, the industry. Even before that, you had a record like Stomp by Kirk Franklin, that one of the first gospel songs to actually triumph and get in the clubs.
Right, yo, I was just gonna say, like
you know
in
what I
the
mean?
club twerking for Jesus is crazy.
I don't think anybody was twerking back then.
We didn't call it that though, but
True.
they might have did a little.
There's
You know?
something. But my thing is, what I'm doing isn't new, but I'm like the new face of it, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm just, as my sister says, the vessel that God is using us to get that message through. So I feel like each generation is important to keep it going. So I'm the one that's going to keep it going.
Okay. And then for the both of you, how do you stay inspirational and stick to your gospel roots with such a tumultuous world that we live in? There's so much influence and there's so many people out there that, the industry is a scary place. You know what I mean? Like when you really see it for what it is. So how do you guys stay true to your message in your music and even just as a daily lifestyle so that you can continue to be inspirational and not let those outside forces change your sound?
Well, for one, I think it's all in the company that you keep. Like, my messages, it's easy when you have a group of people who are like-minded,
right.
And keeping that message true within your music. If I started writing about something wild, I'm sure my brother would be like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, what are you actually doing right now? And vice versa. I'm like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't, but it's also in like you said, lifestyle, know, how am I living day to day? Like, am I trying to be an inspiration in my day-to-day life? Is it, being kind to others on the job? Like, am I steadily, like, even at church, like, am I steadily trying to share my testimony with other people? It's all, it all goes into, what am I doing with my 24 hours? And I think it's just easy to write about what you live.
Right.
So, I don't think it's really hard in any way. It's just really writing about like what I try to do in my day-to-day life.
Now, Ab, I wanted to ask you a little bit more about what it's like working with artists and bringing these visions to life.
I think it depends on the artist that you work with.
Right.
If you work with an artist that's not really as creative as the two people sitting next to me, then I feel like you have to do more.
Yeah.
I'll just give you an example. Credle and I did a project for another artist, and he was a relatively new artist, which is fine. It was pretty much like I pretty much had to like bring that vision to life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I like came up with the treatment. We're gonna do this.
And they're like, yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Much,
yeah.
But it's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. So I think it's important as a director, if you don't see the vision in the song yourself, don't do it. Some people I'm getting paid, so I'm gonna do it anyway. And then the viewer can see when two people aren't seeing eye to eye. Like, you can just watch and be like, this doesn't really make any sense. But when I first heard the record from Credle years ago, back when it was like in its early stages, I didn't see the vision for the video just yet. I was just already listening to the song.
Okay.
But then when he was telling me like, yo, this is an inspiration, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, that's when I was like, bet, okay, we could do these. We're gonna meet at this park. I'm gonna bring this equipment. Right. We're gonna get this shot. We're gonna do that. So I think it really just depends on the artist that you're working with. Two people they just have to communicate.
Exactly. That's the number one thing you need, right?
I would say so.
Absolutely.
I would say so. Other than vision, obviously.
Of course. And then how long did this entire process take to shoot?
I'm going to say like probably, including your makeup, I'm going to say probably like 20 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you were able to fit it all in one day?
Yeah, well, we did.
So so it was a 20-hour day, right? But then we had to actually shoot the step scene again.
True.
Okay.
And just make sure that was, tightened up. And for me, it's like, okay, it can't be the first 7 minutes is fire, and then you have this 1 minute, 2 minutes of like, hold on, what's this right now?
Yeah, and it drops off.
Right.
So it got to be smooth throughout the whole. Honestly, if you ask me, I feel like the film trends up as it continues. So that's the most important thing for us. So and again, shout out to the dancers, because it was a lot on them. We were doing a lot of rehearsals. Yeah. A lot of time that they sacrificed. There was these people that have jobs,
right.
you know, that have their own lives.
And how was it getting all of these? This is a big production. So how was it getting all of these people together, communicating, making sure everybody shows up on time and everyone knows what they have to do? How was that process of getting everybody onto the team?
To be honest, I feel like if you plan ahead, which what we did, it made everything easier.
Okay.
So we didn't do anything last minute. Now, to be honest with you, this whole process was a whole year.
Okay.
You know, as far as getting the funds together, you know, solidifying the cinematographer, the director, you know, so as time went on, like things just started falling into place. And ultimately, to be real, like it's up to God at the end of the day.
Right.
I can want whatever I want. You know, I want to shoot this date, but it gotta get approved.
Right. And the people who are supposed to be there will show up.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just thankful for everyone just being professional, and I have a third eye, so I can sense for the most part, you know, the good apples from the bad.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how, you know, everything was able to come out pretty smooth.
Okay. So for each of you, what are some of the things that you learned on set for this film, or even just the entire process itself? What are some of the things that you've learned?
To me, it's more, I already knew this, but I definitely just confirmed it. It's really all about the culture that you create. So just to touch on what Credle was saying and what you were asking, those people wouldn't have showed up if they didn't know the culture that Credle creates, which is professionalism. You got to be punctual, and people have to, you know, for lack of a better term, you got to get along.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you add me in there, and it's like I'm like all business when I'm
right.
on set.
So let's do this.
Yeah, I'm on.
We got to be at a certain time. We got to get out of here at a certain time.
We can have fun, but we gotta, you know what I mean,
Right.
focus on the goal. So that's really just it, like the culture you create. Because even when we went to the park in Brooklyn for the nighttime scene,
Right.
we had to wait for it to get dark. And we had to make sure people's like energy was still high,
Right.
Because they were just sitting around for like 4 hours. So
Right.
that's really
Smack
just
them around and be like, wake up, wake up.
I think people were like, what were they like eating? They had like a barbecue going on. It was
Oh,
like, there was like a lot of stuff going on.
Nice.
So people were just like hanging out.
Okay.
So that's pretty much it.
Sounds like a good time.
It was.
A long day, but a good time.
But it's not work though.
Right. And what about you guys? What are some of the things you learned in this journey?
I would say it was more so a refresher. It had been some time since I've been on a set with multiple people.
Yeah.
And just kind of being on your P's and Q's and just make sure you're always in the room and ready for your call. Like, I guess that's more so a reminder for other people, just so you don't miss your cue.
Right.
You have to be in the room. So, you know, it's just being available, because you also have to be adaptable in that situation, because you don't know when you're going to be needed and where. So if, for example, someone, you know, it goes missing or whatever, you got to be able to be flexible and be like, hey, I need you to fill in for this role really quickly. I think we had lost maybe a choir member that day, and we got someone else to fill in just like that.
Yeah.
And I was literally like teaching, because in the background vocals, they're still saying words. So I had to teach them the background vocals so that when, you know, they're on camera, it's not them just saying, you know, peas and carrots.
Right.
They're actually singing along with the words of the song. So it's like, okay, I'm choir director today. That's great. But yeah, it's being, you know, flexible, being able to go with the flow, you know, just in case anything changes.
And what about you?
I thank God for my third eye, because I can see things before it happened. So I remember I was in the barber shop. So, you know, I'm getting ready for the big day. And I get a text that one of my cousins, who actually is in the dialogue in the film, Sir Harrison, that he wasn't able to get off for that day. So he was going to be missing for the first half of the shoot. So I was like, okay, how do we pivot? So I ended up finding someone else, but then I was like, you know what? Let me find a third person just in case the second person can't make
Facts.
it.
Yeah.
And what happens? The day of the shoot, crickets. Didn't hear from the person, right? So that's why for me it was like I can see it a mile away. And this is literally like the day before. So it's like I'm just trying to grab anyone that I can. I actually ended up grabbing one of the dancers to be part of the choir as well, and it worked out. So my thing is just planning, you know, being 5 steps ahead, you know, of the game. So And I'm pretty much just learning again, like different personalities, how to deal with those different emotions, and learning from my basketball experience that you can't coach, or you may not be able to speak to everybody the same way.
Right.
You know, so for me, it was just learning, like, okay, how can I get the most out of each individual? I learned a lot, definitely during the editing session, because the editing, I sat there every second.
Yeah.
During you could have.
So how long was the editing process, and how often were you guys meeting to edit? Was it like every day, lock in for 8 hours?
That group chat was going off all day. I know that editor was like, absent to text at 3 a.m. Come on, son.
The editing, because we got done with shooting everything in September, but then we have to do the reshoot of the step part in October, because that's when everyone was able to get back together.
Okay.
And then we pretty much through the whole month of November, I want to say by December, like early December, we was able to be like completely finished, like with everything. So it definitely took some time. If we showed you the first draft, it was like a whole different.
We wouldn't be up here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a whole different film from So just me being, but it starts with me. It's my vision, it's my record, right? So it's like, if I don't know what I want, how they gonna know what I want?
Exactly.
How they gonna be able to execute? You know, so being able to communicate, and I wrote my own treatment, to it. So just standing by it and be like, nah, this is how we're going to tell the story. But also being, even though I wrote the whole thing, being open-minded to different minor changes and things of that sort. Because it did go through some tweaks, talking with, Ab, talking with MoonSky, talking with A.E. the Broken Artist. Shout out to him. He was the editor, for the film. So between, us four, we were able to get it done.
Absolutely. So you have to be open to that critical advice or critiques, if you will.
You gotta be coachable. Yeah. You gotta be coachable, and you can't be stuck in your own ways. I'm just thankful that I have the awareness, because I feel like it's something some things could be taught, and some things I feel like you could just adapt, and some special gifts you just have, which I'm thankful for. Yeah. And to know, like, you know what, this person makes sense. Let me fall back. My idea isn't as good as this person. Or you can be like, nah, bro, I see something that y'all not seeing yet.
Right.
I'm going to stick to my guns on this one. You know what I mean? So just knowing the balance between the two.
So where are you finding this confidence to continue to put out new ideas and to show up? Because, listen, social media, it's hard to be the next best thing. So, you can put up a video that took you no time and it gets 1 million views, 1 million comments, and this and that. And then you have such an amazing production that you spent hours, days, months editing and things like that. So where are you guys finding the confidence to show up?
For me in my realm, the stage is where I live. I'm sorry, like when it comes down to performance, like I'm not bothered by any other presence. Yeah. So it just takes being confident within yourself. Like you're not. You're technically, you are competing with other, artists, but at the same time, if you're the best version of you, then there's no one else to fill that lane. Like it's literally like just you. So when people know they're getting a MoonSky performance, like they know it's about to be something.
Period.
Because it's on 200 every time. So like I tap it. I don't know what.
So is it right before you get on stage? It kind of like you go into this.
It starts even before, before I even walk up, the steps. It's just getting in that mind frame. Like I'm literally about to put on.
With your stage presence, do you bring that with you once you come off stage? Is it something that you turn on and off?
I think it has a time and a place.
Okay.
So for myself, it's just like, okay, if I walk into a room, like if I know I have like my fits, like I like to wear suits and stuff. So like sometimes it just that presence in and of itself is just there, but I'm not always the most loud spoken off stage. So I'm more of an observant individual. Like I speak when I'm spoken to, and engage when I need to engage. But other than that, I'm focused on where that energy needs to go.
I gotta side with my sister on this one.
Okay.
Especially when we headline.
The energy is insane.
Because we're showstoppers individually.
Right.
Right. But these last couple years, we've been really more connected, more of a collaborative, mindset. And I don't know who said that before, but we did one show and you said, what did that person say?
Oh, when we were performing together. Yeah. Oh yeah, we did last year we did Day Summit, and we had announced that we were performing together as a duo throughout the whole festival in and of itself. And shout out to Scott Morris and More Bookings. We've been working closely with them, and we were able to headline at SOBs last year as well, and to a sold out crowd. And when people hear that it's us two together, I heard someone in the crowd say, "Man, that's not even fair." That's not even fair. MoonSky, that's not even fair, man. And I heard that, and I had to just laugh to myself because I'm like, it's not, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, no, for sure. Like, and we just got invited back to SOBs to headline again at April 28th. That's on a Sunday. Hope you're not filming that day, so you can pop on.
I'm not. I'm
outside. So we're definitely gonna have the band with us.
Awesome.
And we just take it to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
And I love the aspect of having a band because off rip, yes, they respect us as artists when it's Credle and MoonSky. However, when the new crowd or even just the people that know us already, when they see that band, they're like, oh nah, like,
they're taking it up a notch.
Oh nah, they prepared for this.
Yeah,
it's a different energy, and they get to hear their favorite records at a different level.
Yeah,
so because for me, it's a difference between the record, the audio version, and the live performance, and I feel like that's where that's where we separate ourselves from the pack,
right?
And we really value background tracks, performance tracks, TV tracks, whatever you want to call it. But you're gonna hear us, and for us, the process starts. And again, I come from that sports mentality. It's March Madness, so I was fortunate enough to play in that in my heyday. So for me, I know that the preparation starts early.
Yeah.
Right, so with us, it starts when we're rehearsing. So this might be weeks before the show. That to me, the game already started, and we go so hard in rehearsal that when we perform, that's supposed to be the easy part.
Right,
that's supposed to be light. So we always go harder in rehearsals, and it just makes the game easy. And the reason why we're also so confident is because we know we have a different sound. We know when we get up there that no one's gonna sound like us. And we put the time in. We didn't just walk off stage and just do whatever. Like, nah, we put the time in. So why not be confident in yourself? So that's how I look at it.
Okay. And then how about you? As far as showing up in media, showing up for your clients, how do you have that confidence? Where do you find it?
A lot of it, I feel, is I was always raised to be a confident person, but I feel like when I see the response from the audience, that kind of like instills it a little bit more. So we have premieres, they sell out. People,
period.
Yeah, they sell out. Like we get applause.
I love it.
We get a lot of engagement online, and this isn't even like I'm talking about Wxlf Pack, but even Credle's been to my own premieres too, where he wasn't even a part, and it's still like there's no drop off. That's how I know. Okay, I know the audience likes what I'm doing. And whatever, like my films, they're always different than what other people are seeing. Right. So I already know right there. I can approach people, and I know what I'm bringing to the table is different than what they've probably already seen. So that's just really what it is. But if you're not confident, it doesn't really matter. Like, you could be the best anything. We could talk about sports. Right. If you're a basketball player, and you're riding a bench and you ain't got no confidence, when that coach puts you in the game, they're going to see you have no confidence.
Right, immediately, too.
No matter how hard you work. So you just got to be prepared, be confident, and just always, you got to understand what you bring to the table.
Absolutely. And I know you guys are doing a lot of interviews. You guys are doing press runs for this incredible production. What else do you guys have planned for 2024?
Film festivals. That's what's up next. Yeah, we've been submitting to film festivals left and right. Yeah. So what are we in, March?
Yeah.
I want to say like maybe early summer, May, June. You're going to be seeing a lot of stuff on the social media. Nice. Me and Credle and MoonSky, whoever else, going to a bunch of festivals.
Did you see this for yourselves maybe 5, 10 years back?
Yes. Yeah.
Has this always been the path for you guys?
So yeah, honestly, I really do, because when I first started doing music, my goal, I was like, I just want to be on people's playlists. Like, whether it's going to start your day for work, whether it's, you about to go to a party, whether you're cleaning your room on a Sunday, which people usually do for the most part on Sundays, right? Yes. And they just throw on music, they just do whatever they want. Yeah. And it started something as small as that. Then it grew to Credle. Yo, I've been going through so many things, man. Yo, your record helped me get through such and such. Well, and I was just like, so I'm inspiring people that's going through mental issues or whatever they're going through. Then, I just kept going, and oh man, it's just a blessing to get to this point where, the 10 years I started 10 years ago. So that's funny that you asked me. So I know if I was to see the 19-year-old me, right now, and show him like, well, yo, this is what I got. This is what you look forward to. Like, yo, how'd you come up with this? I know you would be surprised.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest. When I first started, like, the only thing that came naturally for me was basketball. I don't really remember a time where I was really whack. Music, however, I had some natural abilities, but I knew, like, nah, I gotta get better.
It's something you had to work on.
This something I really had to. I had some natural abilities, but it's more complex, I would say, when it comes to music and sound and stuff. So, having, my sister, MoonSky, help through that process, having my siblings, having friends that's giving constructive criticism, not having yes men around me, or yes women around me, that definitely helped me as well. And just having the work ethic, to want to get better. So, yeah, I seen this.
He's seen it coming. How about you?
For me, it was a little bit different. I've always been involved in music and theater and everything else, but I started more so in the background. Like, I used to work for this, it was a repertory company as a teenager, and all we did was write. Like, we did performances for other, urban youth, and we were able to do the Tribeca Film Festival, and I wrote a song called Conquer All, and that ended up winning one of the Tribeca Awards, like, young. So I was so used to just being in the background. Yeah. So when it came to, like, tour, I had to push myself out of my comfort zone. It's like, it's time to come out of hiding, and my brother's been pushing me to do that. So it's like the newfound confidence of performance, I have to bring that to everything now. Yeah. So it's, doing more, interviews, letting people in, and being vulnerable and offering that transparency. And I got to get out my own way. Yeah. Kind of thing. So it's believing, that all you dreamed about could actually come true if you just get up out of your own way. So I've seen it. It's like, now I'm actually, living it, and I'm in the process of doing it. So, I mean, I've always seen it. I'm just trusting God for it now.
I love it. Stamp that. We're going to get that on a t-shirt. That was a very inspirational soundbite. That's going to be the clip. That's the clip. Did you see this for yourself? Being able to collaborate with artists, being able to create visions out of nothing?
I've always wanted to be in entertainment, and I've always wanted to be a filmmaker, but I started out doing music, and then when that went its separate path, and I started taking film production seriously, like, I knew I was going to be working with people, but I didn't think I'd be doing, like, projects like this, but that's neither here nor there, right?
Absolutely.
It was kind of just like I just saw where, like, the journey was taking me, and I was just, like, molding where I wanted to go next. Like, okay, I'm going to start out doing this. I got, like, a little $20 camera on Craigslist that, like, fits on this little mini tripod, and I just kept upgrading and learning, and I just kept following, like, the path. And I feel like right now this is, like, really where I'm supposed to be, like, literally in this, like, right here, this venue with you, with them, you too. I think this is where I'm supposed to, like, be. You know what I'm saying? So,
it was meant to be. I'm very happy to have you. Yeah, it does, right? Yeah, it just feels so natural. We're chilling. And you know what? We're chilling so bad that we over here having fun. We need to get to this film. If you have not seen it already, we are actually going to show it for you guys right now. But before we do, I want you guys to just quickly let us know where we can find you online and let us know about what you have coming up.
Word.
So you're on MoonSky. You can find me at MoonSky Official across all platforms. You can find my music on any streaming platform. Yeah, that's just about it. MoonSky Official everywhere. Yeah.
Boom.
Word. And you guys can tap in with Credle at I Am Credle. That's on Instagram, TikTok, and Credle on Facebook.
Awesome.
And you can tap into our website, credleentertainment.com, where you can get your merch. You can tap into not only the film, but other music as well. And you can actually subscribe to our email list so you can stay updated with upcoming events, merch, releases, shows, and just stay updated and keep you in the pack.
Yeah, subscribe.
Word. Listen, I'm mad that my Instagram is like way more difficult to understand than yours, right? Like, you can hit me on the gram, ABWONUNO. That's ABWONUNO. I got a TikTok too, but that's about to get banned, so don't follow me.
It's true. Oh my God. All right. So before we even let's bring it back. How do you think that's going to affect us?
I'm just
social media wise and marketing wise and things like that.
I'll be all right.
Yeah.
You're not sweating it?
Yeah, I'm really not. You know, people found a way without it before.
That's a fact.
Right.
I've told Credle before, listen, if it wasn't for the fact that I needed social media to build my brand, I would not be on it.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
I understand why people are like, I'm going to hire this person to post because I hate it. So that's one less platform I got to deal with. I get it. People that like use it for like a living and big corporations and stuff, but they'll be okay. They'll be fine. They'll jump on something else, Reddit or Pinterest or whatever else is out there. They'll jump on that too. But hold up. Before y'all jump into that.
Okay.
How did you forget to promote?
No.
You don't want to do it? I'll pivot off that. I'll pivot off of that then.
I guess real quick.
Go ahead.
I am in a feature film called Catfish, which is on Tubi right now.
It's trending right now.
It's trending right now.
Tubi.
People have been recognizing me in real life.
Shit! He can't even go to the store no more.
Yeah. So that's been pretty cool. But
how was it? How was that experience being on set for a movie like that?
It was definitely interesting, a learning experience to say the least, and I definitely learned a lot about myself as far as the different ranges that I'm capable of. And, I just look forward to doing 10 more movies and just keeping it going, and everything. So,
all right, one more time, plug it in. Let them know where they can find it.
You can find Catfish on Tubi. Tap in Catfish, one word. Yeah.
All right. Yes. Well, we got some productive people here at the table. I'm so happy that we were able to connect. I want to definitely stay connected with you guys. At the end of every season, we're going to actually have an event where we're going to invite everybody to come back to the studio so that we can meet all of the previous guests and meet some guests that'll be here for next season as well. So maybe we can show the film again there too.
It's like a real world episode. Like,
I'm still building it out because I just came up with the idea to kind of do that as like the big shiny red bow at the end of the season to kind of really just stamp it like this is it, but also I just want to see everybody again. I want everybody to kind of touch base, update me on what they've been doing since they were on the show, so different things like that. I want to just invite everybody to come back. There will be food. There will be all right, so y'all coming.
There will be food. There will be food.
You got me. Right. But yeah, so this won't be the first time or the last time that you guys are here in the studio. So I'll definitely be inviting you guys back. And Kenny, we're gonna put on the film right now for everyone to check out. If you are watching, definitely turn your notifications on and subscribe. Check out the description so that you can watch this film on your own. You can share it to your friends. And yeah, if you're listening, make sure you check the description as well so that you can follow everyone here at this table and stay up to date with them. I don't bite, I just DJ. I am Girl on the Rocks. Let's check this out.
Hello? Excuse me?
Yeah, that's as far as you go, bro.
Yo, where you coming from, my boy? Yo, chill out.
You lost or something, man?
Yo, chill out. Where you coming from, bro? Like,
bro, where you coming from, man?
I was just strolling through. Like, what is all of this going on? Yo, let him through. Yo, what is this? Like, what's going on, yo?
Yo! Still let him do!
Yo, listen to your boss, bro.
Huh?
Yo, what is all of this, yo?
Who are you?
I'm Deva. That guy, him. Yeah, him.
All right, what brings you here?
Just wanted to run with the wolves.
Well, I'm Credle. And we the pack.
Whoop back, whoop back, whoop back!
I see that. Okay?
You think you got what it takes?
100%, bro.
Show me.
Credle entertainment,
So much darkness in the world right now.
let's go!
We need more light. Queen, stand up. New York City, stand up.
Remix.
My wolves.
Yeah!
Let's go. You hear us now.
Yelling out.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
Do you hear my howl?
Do you hear me?
Do you hear my howl?
Let's go!
I know you hear us now.
Yelling out.
Do you hear my howl?
Do you hear me?
Do you hear my howl? It be them haters in the mist. Tryna hit you with a stick. On this side, ain't no easy licks. From the projects, I was raised in the bricks. As a kid, used to be scared of hearing on my house that night. Little did I know, this my calling, this my destiny. Niggas just died, but can't let it get to me. He was the teammate, more like family. He was the bro that you be hurting me. That's why the devil always the enemy. That's the problem in my community. We don't express how we feel. Pain in my lyrics, all my struggles. You gon' hear it. I'm your template, I'm your blueprint. I'm your standard, I'm your goals. I'm the goal on the mountain. It's a full moon staring at the stars. All my dreams coming true. I'm in line with God. Don't be surprised. I'm a legend on the rise. Credle has arrived. Yeah, I've been through a lot. Hear my wolf cry. On them dark nights, I highlight. I know you hear us now. Rolling out. Do you hear my howl? Do you hear my howl? I know you hear us now. Rolling out. Do you hear my howl? Do you hear my howl?
I know my exes saying that they miss me. I know my competition wanna diss me. I was outside trying to go and get richer. I try and feeling like a fit. Believe it or not, they took him out no Ripley's. The devil up on me, he be trying to get me. They know where I'm from in the town. We get busy on top of my job and they never gon' trick me. I got me a spot now, and we making it hot now. Through the pressure, I'm dancing like Diddy, cause they know we can't stop now. I remember them days that we had no motion, now we doing a lot now. And we bringing the vibe now. On the road, I be bringing the top now. Yeah.
God, I lift my hands up, can you hear me howling to me? They call me moon, but it symbolizes you. You hear me from my cancer and I give my thanks to you. If you didn't save my life, then somebody tell me. Dark side of the moon, there's more outside, you gotta choose. Got 100 rules, so tell me what you wanna do. When I fall, he gets me. In his arms, he keeps me. Wants me every day, and he hears me when I
I know you hear us now, yelling out.